Welcome, Cancerian, to Sachi, and we are here to do your guided healing for March and April. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And congratulations, Cancer, you guys are in first place. It's been a while since you guys came in first. So just a reminder that the extended to this reading will be for free. That is linked down below. And you will also be getting a bonus reading in April, a See What Pops Up reading, and that bonus reading, the extended, will also be for free. So I hope that you enjoy some perks of being number one. Thank you so much for all of your likes on the last video. And yeah, so another announcement, my books are currently open again. So if you feel called to do a private reading with me, feel free to reach out to me on my website. All the information is in the description box below. All right, let's get started, Cancer. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. So we had the Four of Pentacles come out, which is talking about the foundation of your physicality, specifically your finances here. And as you can see, he looks like he is being very protective here of his coins, right? It's kind of like, you know, we have Squirrel Spirit here, which represents, you know, having things sort of stored away in different places. It's kind of like, you know, having a little bit of money there or assets here or whatever it is, sort of financial versatility. But he is being very, very protective of his financial foundation. And then we have Cosmog using star protection. So again, there is this emphasis of protection, protection, protection. With star protection, this can be that you may be working with certain things like astrologically, but it feels like, again, being, I don't want to say overly protective, but it's kind of like, I mean, maybe I do want to say overly protective. It kind of feels like things are being suffocated a little bit, if that makes sense. Like you want to make sure that there is a nice flow of things. And as you can see, Cosmog here is crying, right? And in the back, she's holding a little Pokey doll and kind of like sweating nervously, like, hey, look at this. Like, is this going to make you happy? Sort of thing. So I feel like some of this can like be in regards to the inner child or even the inner infant of sort of meeting basic needs here. But we will see what comes out. Anyway, Cancer, I hope that you are doing well. I do want to let you know I am running a 30-day free trial for an Eagle subscription on my website. That gives you access to not just the bonus extended, but all extended. So you could watch for your Sun and Rising or whatever placement you're working with in your chart. Let's say you have Jupiter in Gemini, right? And so you might want to read or, you know, watch for Gemini if you're trying to connect with your Jupiter and work with Jupiter more in your chart. So anyway, I mean, obviously you can enjoy the extended for free and sort of see what kind of value the extendeds hold. But I did want to let you know about that 30-day period, the free trial, and you will also have access to all of the articles that I post, up-to-date astrological transits, as well as some other things. I have a couple articles that I just published about learning how to protect yourself in different ways, whether it's items, your home, your own aura, and things like that. The need to consistently be changing your protection mechanisms and things like that. And then also how to cleanse a space properly and so on. But anyway, Cancer, all right, let's see. So like I said, we are doing some guided healing. So what we're going to do is take a look at what wounds you are currently healing, what is keeping you stuck, how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal the wounds. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on, Cancer. What is it? All right, let's see. We have the World in reverse. So it's a pretty big cycle. It feels like you're pretty close to being done, but you're not quite done. It's like, it's still sort of lingering. We have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, with the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it does have to do with heartbreak, obviously. There can be some sort of emotional pain within your heart chakra of expressing what you love and what you love to do and sort of creating things based on that love that you have with the Queen of Wands. Because the Queen of Wands is the highest form of divine feminine energy as it relates to your Kundalini and creativity. So whatever this heartbreak is, it has influenced your ability to create. And with the Nine of Swords in reverse, this is a mental cycle that you have yet to finish in yourself. It's like pain that needs to be released, or something that needs to be mourned, heartbreak that needs to be, you know, gotten out of your heart through, I don't want to say crying. It could. I mean, we saw Cosmog, right, crying there. But it just feels like it needs to be released in some sort of way. Let's see, what's the light energy here? I heard like you need to give it the last chapter. All right, we have Trainer, Rapid Strike Style Mustard in reverse. So Trainer indicates somebody else's energy here. And right here we have Mustard, which I think is Colonel, or not Colonel Mustard. So yeah, he is like, he runs a dojo, if I'm not mistaken. So there is something about sort of, and it's rapid strike style, right? So Trainer indicates somebody else, right? Rapid strike is something that happened very quickly. And it feels like this person sort of came in and out like a ninja is what I'm feeling. Tell me a little bit more about that, please. I saw Dartrix, which is sort of like the emo owl Pokemon. So I feel like there could have been some, you know, this person who kind of came in and out was, yeah, kind of emo-ish. Going right to the Nine of Swords, we have the third eye in reverse. So, yeah, it's like the reason why this Nine of Swords of, you know, mourning and things like that seems to be that, right, because like the Nine of Swords, when it's upright, it represents in this deck of needing to, right, do the inner work by yourself. It's like, you know, you're not going to have a conversation with someone else. Instead, you sort of have to cry it out, mourn it, leave the swords, and sort of do all that inner work by yourself. But again, we have someone here that it seems like they really messed with your third eye. It really messed up your mental health. It caused your third eye to do mental gymnastics is what I'm hearing. Let's see what's the shadow here. We have Cosmium using star protection in reverse. So again, we have that star protection. We just had Cosmog. This is the evolved form of Cosmog, which is Cosmium. And star protection in reverse. So this could indicate that you sort of let your guard down with this person. You weren't protecting yourself. You let yourself be vulnerable. And of course, that's how they were able to sort of stick these knives in your heart. Let's see what it says here. It says, as it absorbs light, Cosmium continues to grow. Its golden shell is surprisingly solid. So it's talking about absorbing light. So it seems like this situation has sort of absorbed a lot of light in your life. It is in the shadow. So part of this can be, you know, this situation kind of brought, it's not that it necessarily brought a bunch of darkness, but it kind of dimmed the light that was there, if that makes sense. It also says it's the Pro Star Pokemon. So I feel like you may be using astrological transits or your chart in order to really understand what's going on here. All right, let's see what's keeping you stuck. Yeah, we have the Lovers, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles once again. So Lovers going right to Cosmium Star Protection. So there's something about not having protection. Again, your heart was not protected. So there's this aspect of feeling love there, even though there's heartbreak, which I feel the need to look up Mustard for some reason. So I'm just going to pause this for a second. Okay, so as I thought, Mustard does run a dojo, and he is known for his martial arts and stuff, but he was originally the he was a former Pokemon champion of the Galar region, and he held the title for like the longest person until his partner Pokemon had passed away. And then he started sort of losing his gusto, let's say, and decided to step down. And then he bought an island called the Isle of Armor, so, you know, all about protection, and then started his dojo there. And his, I believe it's his son or his grandson, let me just double check. Anyway, they end up becoming a Pokemon champion as well. So anyway, it does seem like some sort of perhaps loss or something like that. Or it could involve someone who is perhaps an elder, but in general, obviously there is some sort of love situation there. And with the Five of Wands in reverse, it's like you don't really want to fight about things. But with the Four of Pentacles, there is this emphasis on the foundation of your physical reality here. So let's see. So it's kind of like this energy of wanting to be in union is kind of what's keeping you stuck. Wanting to be in union, but avoiding the conflicting stuff. And again, there is this kind of suffocation when it comes to the Four of Pentacles here. What's the light energy? There's steel type. So what's keeping you stuck again, it's like, you know, this is the armor energy. So it's like being too guarded physically. And again, this could have to do with your finances, but it may also have to do with, you know, maybe a physical relationship. Like if you're trying to find, you know, someone that you want to physically be with, live with, join finances, have children or something like that. If you are too overprotective, right, of your heart because of it being broken in the past or whatever it may be, then it's like you're suffocating your own energy. It's like you're being too guarded where you may not be able to attract what it is that you want because there's so much protection mechanism on it, if that makes sense. Let's see what's the shadow here. And like I said, I just wrote that article about protection and the need to protect things in different ways depending on what it is that you want. So for example, if you're, you know, going out to an event, you would not want to shield yourself, right? All right, so then we have Cacturn using Spiny Punch. Yeah, so it's kind of what's keeping you stuck is the way that you are using your protection mechanism actually makes it unappealing to attract stuff that you want. So for example, let's say you want a lover, but if you appear as a, you know, spiny scarecrow, cactus, right? No one's going to want to approach you, if that makes sense. So it says, packs of them follow travelers through the desert until the travelers can no longer move. So that definitely kind of feels stalkery energy. So some of you, again, I feel like maybe someone has broken your heart, or maybe you're very protective because someone was a stalker towards you, or who treated you kind of weird, or just like creepy situations that have happened in the past. And again, it's like you don't want to have any sort of conflict, so it's easier to just sort of put up these walls so that people can't really conflict. But again, there is conflicting energy because what you do want and what's keeping you stuck is this aspect of union, of wanting union, or maybe even a partnership that you're already in. All right. So as I mentioned in the extended, we are going to see how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal this wound. And again, the extended is for free, so you can just go ahead and click the link below. But let's see, to head into the extended, what would Mother Moon like to say? Whoa, it just feels like I went underwater. My ears, like the pressure shifted. Adjustments are required, third quarter moon. Yeah, so obviously you know that adjustments are required, right? And it feels like not just your protection mechanism. It seems like there could be some other things here. I'm going to pull from this deck. It is a new deck, Oracle of Visions. It helps with shadow work. It's a little bit of a darker deck. All right. We have the past and the future card, and then in reverse we have the it's like an energy of sort of being trapped or what's outside of it. So this points to well, let's talk about this one first, right? The adjustments that are required. There is this aspect of understanding, you know, books that have already been completed. Remember how I said, like, it needs the last chapter sort of thing? It's basically like, okay, do you want to go back? So maybe it doesn't need a last chapter. It needs a new book, right? You need to write a new book, because this points to, do you want to continuously reflect on the past and, you know, keep reading the same story over and over again, which can be, you know, the stories that you tell yourself, things that have happened to you in your past, you know, the same sort of cyclical thought patterns? Or do you want to grab a new book and start writing the future yourself and open new doors, new possibilities? And there is that sort of, you know, the middle space, which is where we all exist at all time, which is the present moment, right? The past is gone. The future hasn't happened. All we do is consistently live in the present, technically. And so understanding what you want to do with that present moment. Are you going to get stuck reading the same old stories, or are you going to move forward towards new things? And this card specifically points to feeling stuck, right? So there's this energy of kind of getting out of the fishbowl here and understanding that there is a lot more to explore. So again, you don't want to constrain yourself into a terrarium of your own making. This also points to the need to connect to your dreams, your visions, and sort of all these deep subconscious spiritual things. So I would definitely be working with Neptune at this time. It's the imagination, the dreams, connection to other realms and things like that. And you may want to do some mermaid healing. Mermaids really help with emotional issues of all nature, right? There are different mermaids: ocean mermaids, lake mermaids, I'm drawing a river mermaids, right? All bodies of water, mermaids can exist in them. So you may want to figure out what kind of mermaid maybe you want to work with. It does look more ocean here. But let's see here. All right. And let's see what the romance angels would like to say to move into the extended. Okay, there's 3 of them, all going to right here with Cacturn and the Lovers. We have attraction. You attract romantic You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So this is talking about creating that attraction, that polarity, right? Again, if you look like a cactus scarecrow, you're not going to attract the partner that you seek, even though, of course, it's what's on the inside that matters. But again, you could even look as cute as can be and have the energy of a cactus. It's not going to attract what you seek, right? So becoming attractive is going to bring people in. And how do you do that? By enjoying the moment fully. And that is in the present moment, right? Enjoying the present moment, being present, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this has to do with, you know, sort of pacing yourself of getting to know one another. Sometimes in relationships, we just sort of throw ourselves into a relationship only to be heartbroken after that because we don't know who each other are yet. We're afraid to reveal who we are or whatever it may be. Or, you know, we sort of dump everything out there and then they go and then we feel ashamed about who we are or whatever it may be. And passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So it's very important to understand the difference between attraction and passion. You can have passion towards someone and that attraction does not last. Attraction is a polaristic energy, right? It is a negative and positive, you know, attraction mechanism. So understanding the difference between yin or feminine and yang or yang, masculine energy, and understanding how to work with that polarity in order to attract what you seek. Because again, passion crashes and burns for the most part, right? It's when you get to know each other over time and then you introduce passion is usually when things work out better rather than vice versa. If there's passion at the beginning and then you get to know each other, it usually ends up in heartbreak, okay? So like I said, we are going to head into the extended and it is for free. So you can just click the link in the description box below and I will see you there.